Hi everyone, so today we're going to be making a Peekaboo pop-up butterfly card, and so basically it's very simple. You've just literally got a little window in the front and it opens up and you've got your butterfly on the inside. Okay, and the little butterfly fits back through the window again. Here's another one I did. Excuse this here, what happened was here I didn't let my glue dry first, and so because I was using Miri card, when I went to cut, all the glue splurged out and took the gold off the Miri and managed to splurge it onto the back as well, hence why I've got a pattern paper on the back. So that's what not to do. Okay, so they're quite nice easy cards and they fold flat, but they've got that kind of little bit extra when you take it out of the envelope. So let's get started. Right, so for this card you will need some kind of sentiment, obviously a butterfly, die cut butterfly. You'll also need a die that is long and thin, but that is no higher than the height of your butterfly. So if you can see this butterfly fits nicely through there, okay, without any problems. That's what you want. You don't want it to be too small, otherwise your butterfly is not going to fit through properly. And you also don't want it to be too wide, otherwise your wings, you want it just to be a little slot. So literally part of its body sits in the center and the wings are free to flap out. If you have a big square one that's too wide, it's just like an aperture, and the whole point is it's kind of like a post boxy kind of idea. It's not a very good way of describing it, but you know what I mean. So that's that. And then you also need a pattern panel that is 5.5 by 3.5 and a matte panel that is 5 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then a 6x4 card blank. So a blank card that is 6x4 on the front when it's folded up. If you haven't got a 6x4 card blank, you can make yourself one using a 6x8 piece of card and scoring it on the long edge down the middle at 4 inches, and that will give you a 6x4 card blank. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by sticking the matte panel onto the pattern panel onto the matte panel. Okay, so I've stuck this down. Now I made sure, you probably saw, that I glued all the way around the outside and then I glued extra in the middle just here, because then when I die cut this out, I'm not going to end up with a section that's flapping. Okay, now because I've used wet glue, I just need to leave that to dry. Okay, so now what we want to do is cut out our little aperture. So we're going to take the little aperture die and we're going to place it on where we think it's going to be on the card, but then take your butterfly and just double check, because if you put it over here, for example, when you put your butterfly down, your wings are going to be hanging over the edge of the card. So just make sure that it's in slightly. You don't want it too far in, but you want it a bit in. And then just lay your butterfly on and make sure you're happy with the position of your butterfly. If you are, you can go ahead and washi tape your die into position. You can go ahead and cut that out in your machine. If you don't have a die cutting machine, you can cut your own little like a slot using a Stanley knife and a craft knife. That is another possibility. So there we go. So we're just going to pop that out. Again, you need to make sure that you're not using very thick card, because if you're using 2 layers of very thick card, then you're going to struggle cutting the 2 layers out. Okay, so there we go. So that's my little piece cut out. So next you want to take your card blank and take your piece that you've already cut out, lay your pattern paper on top of your card blank and just put your die back in place. And then what you want to do is just draw around the inside of your die like that. Take your card out. Now you'll notice that it's obviously not in the right place, in that it's not, oh hang on, I've done that wrong. Done that wrong. It should have gone down to there. There we go. And that there. So make sure it's properly fitted in, because I didn't have it properly fitted in then. Make sure it's properly fitted in, left and right, top and bottom. And then you're going to draw around the die, inside of the die, and you'll notice, as I said, you've got a big gap left and right. Well, that's because my die has a bit of a lip on it. I don't know if you can see that, but where the ridge is, there's a chunk of metal either side of it. So if I was just to draw around the inside, I wouldn't be able to see it when I put my die back on. So that's why I put the die back in first and then do it that way. So then you want to take your die, place it back over the top so you can see that pencil line that you've just drawn. And then washi tape that back into position. And then open your card up and you're going to run that through your die cut machine. Okay, so that gives you your little hole. And I've obviously got a nice little piece here. It's got a pencil on it, but I can rub that out, so that's not a problem. And then you're just going to go ahead and stick your paper and card on top of your card blank, like that. Okay, so then you end up with that. Okay, so now what you want, don't have to do it, but if you want to, you can do what I did with my piece. So I had a pattern piece inside and then the butterfly sticks on that, so you can do that if you want. For this one I'm not going to do that. If you did want to do that, then your card needs to be approximately, and again it all varies on how wide you want to make it, but about just shy of 4 inches. I would say 3 7/8 of an inch. And then width wise, this one is 2 1/4. So you can do that, or you can make it a bit wider if you want to, but that's what width I've used for mine. And then you want to take your butterfly. Now I would put a bit of red tape down the middle of it, and thin red tape as well. That's probably about the thickest I want to go, I would say. So we're going to stick some red tape down the middle. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bend the wings of the butterfly up, just where that tape ends on the side. Now I'm using embossed vellum here for my butterfly, but you could use a die cut, anything like that is fine, or a stamped, or if you've got a, you know, any kind of butterfly really would work. So that's going to go on there like that. So then all we need to do is we just need to take off the backing and stick that down so that the body sticks on the inside of the card. So like that. So there's my butterfly and I've stuck it down. And notice that when I open it up, the wings fold up and you're able to open up the card with no problems. Okay, you don't want to end up sticking your body so it sticks to the front of the card. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to open your card up. Obviously, you're going to stick your butterfly and stick your card shut. So all we need to do now is add a greeting, and then we are done. So I'm just going to put a little thinking of you at the bottom here, like that, and there's your finished card. So I hope you've enjoyed this this card, and I hope you'll have a go. Again, it's another, quite an easy card, but again, it's just got a bit of movement, it's a bit different. So I hope you have fun. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can obviously get notified every time I do a video, and I'll hopefully see you next time. Bye.